These channels are dominating YouTube right now, and if you've been on the platform lately, you've probably seen some of them before. This creator right here gained over 100,000 subscribers with just 19 videos. Another creator posted only 16 videos and reached nearly 200,000 subscribers. Yet another one grew to over 500,000 with just 23 uploads. And there are countless other creators in this niche who have seen rapid growth in their very first month. But here's the thing, all of these creators are posting these simple financial videos that are created entirely with the power of AI, where many of their videos are pulling in very strong results. And this is where it gets even more interesting. Because these videos are based on finance-related topics, they often attract higher RPMs, and because of that, these channels are seeing strong results. If we look at the next level analytics of this creator who has posted only 19 videos, you can clearly see the results they have achieved in just 1 month. Then there's this creator who has fewer views than the first one, but because their RPM is higher, the overall results are even stronger. That's why in this video, I'm going to break down the entire process so that by the end, you'll have everything you need to start a channel in the finance niche and understand what realistic, achievable progress looks like when executed properly. And I won't keep any secrets, because I'll show you how to create videos in this niche using only free tools, and I'll walk you through every single step from start to finish. I will cover everything from building your channel and creating videos to optimizing them properly, and we are only getting started, because I'll also share insights without asking you to pay anything. All I ask in return is very simple. If you find value in this video, just like it and leave a comment below. So now that you know the entire blueprint, let's start with the first step of the process, which is channel creation. And this step is super important, so watch closely. Now to start off, open the prompt file, which you can find inside my free Telegram channel linked in the description. Once you are in, here you will find the channel creation prompt, so make sure to copy it entirely from start to finish. Once that's done, open a new ChatGPT session and paste the prompt that you have just copied. As you can see, this prompt is pretty detailed, and that's because I have specifically designed it to be a full master prompt that will give you a name, description, and a logo prompt fully tailored for this niche, so make sure to use the exact prompt that I'm using here. And once you run this prompt, ChatGPT will provide you with a list of 5 channel name ideas that are specifically made for this niche. Now with that done, choose the name you like the most, then enter the number of the name into the prompt section below, and click on the generate button to start the generation process. And after the generation process is done, we have now created a fully structured channel description that includes relevant keywords and is written in a natural human way, which is very important. So now that you have created the name and description, in the prompt section below, simply type continue. And once you click generate, ChatGPT will create a full text to image prompt that is specifically made for this niche, designed to help you generate a perfectly branded logo. Now that the prompt is ready, copy it entirely from here, and then head over to a tool called Whisk, which we will use to generate the logo. Once you are in, start by entering the logo prompt that you have just created. Next, in the aspect ratio settings, make sure to select the 1:1 ratio, since that's the format for a channel logo. Now that everything is set, simply click on the generate button multiple times so you get more options to choose from. And once it's done, as you can see, we have just generated a set of channel logos that match the vibe of this niche and can be used as your main brand identity, which is exactly what we need. So now that all of the images are ready, choose the one you like the most and make sure to download it by clicking on the download button right here. With that done, open the YouTube Studio and create your own YouTube channel. This step is very straightforward since you have already created everything, so you just need to fill out the required fields and that's pretty much it. Now that the channel is ready, open the settings on the left side, then open the channel settings. Navigate to the feature eligibility section, and under intermediate features, you will find a field where you need to confirm your phone number. This step is very important, so make sure to verify your phone number because it confirms to YouTube that your channel is being managed by a real person. So now that you have created a perfectly branded channel, you are ready to start with the video creation process, where the first step is creating a high-performing script. And this part is very important because if your video has a weak script, no matter how good your visuals are, the video will most likely not perform the way you expect. So make sure to watch closely. Now to start off, open the prompt file again, but this time make sure to copy the entire video creation prompt from start to finish. Once that's done, open a new ChatGPT session and paste the prompt into the prompt section right here. Now, as you can see, this prompt is specifically designed to cover all of the steps in the video creation process, and I've carefully optimized it for the finance niche because I've tested it extensively until I refined it into a master prompt that works smoothly without issues. So now that the prompt is ready, in the video length section, make sure to enter the length you prefer. In my case, I'll enter 3 minutes since I don't want to overcomplicate everything, but I recommend entering a length above 8 minutes for a stronger and more complete video. Now with that done, click on the generate button to start the generation generation process, and once it's finished, ChatGPT will provide you with a list of 10 video ideas tailored to the finance niche that are based on proven performance styles. Next, choose the idea that you like the most, and in the prompt section, enter the number of that idea, which in my case is idea number 1. Once everything is set, click on the Generate button again to initiate the script creation process. And once it's done, as you can see, we've just created a full video script from start to finish. The important part is that it's written in a natural, human-sounding way, and it's packed with hooks and facts that make it engaging, which is exactly what we're aiming for. So now that the script is ready, copy it from start to finish and head over to a tool called DupDub, which we'll use to generate the voiceover for our video. Now, once you are in, you'll see multiple useful features, but the one that we'll be using is the voiceover feature, so go ahead and open it. Next, start by pasting your script into the script section right here. After that, make sure to remove any unnecessary blank spaces from the script. This step is very simple, so you can just follow what I'm doing here. Now that the script is cleaned up, the next thing you need to do is choose a voice. Open the voice section on the right side, where you'll find tons of voices you can use. I recommend using the filters above. For example, set the quality to ultra and the gender to male to narrow down the results and get more relevant options. And once you do that, all of the high-quality voices will appear. This part is completely up to you, but I'll use the Liam voice since I like how it sounds. So now that you have selected a voice, in the settings below you can adjust the speed and pitch, which is very useful, but for this example, I'll leave the settings as they are. Now, if you want to customize it further, you can adjust additional settings like pauses, background music, sound effects, and more by using the settings above, but in our case, we won't need to change anything. Also, we're using DupDub because, as you can see, it allows scripts up to 30,000 characters in one go, which is especially helpful for longer videos. So now that everything is set, click on the Generate button above to create the voiceover. And once it's ready, let's take a listen to how it turned out.
Imagine two people earning the same salary, living in the same city, shopping at the same stores, yet one feels constant financial pressure while the other moves with quiet stability.
As you can see, the voiceover came out amazing, and it really matches the vibe of our niche. So now that the voiceover is ready, click on the Export button above. Then in the export settings, make sure to select the MP3 format. Once that's done, click on the Export button below, and with that finished, you are now ready for the next step. Now in this step, I'll show you how to create the visuals for the video, and the visuals are super important, so watch closely. Now to start off, open the same ChatGPT session that you've been using so far, and in the prompt section, simply type continue, which will initiate the generation process. And once it's done, ChatGPT will provide you with a list of text-to-image prompts that you'll use to generate the visuals. As you can see, it will give you the exact number of images needed to cover the entire script from start to finish. This is very important because I specifically designed the master prompt so it automatically calculates the length of your script and generates enough visuals to fully match the video. So now that all of the prompts are ready, it's time to generate the visuals by using Whisk. Once you are in, open the menu on the left side and upload the image of your character into the subject section right here. This is basically the same image you have used as your channel logo. After that, open the aspect ratio settings and make sure to set the ratio to 16:9 since we're creating a long-form video. Now that everything is ready, head back into ChatGPT and copy the image prompt for the first scene, which is this one right here. Then return into Whisk, paste the prompt into the prompt section, and click on the Generate button to start the process. And once it's done, we've just created a set of two images that represent the first part of our script. We also have the same character in both of the images, which is very important for consistency. So now that you have created the images for the first scene, head back into ChatGPT and copy the prompt for the second scene. Then return into Whisk, paste the prompt into the prompt section, and click on the Generate button. And once that's done, we've created another set of two images that represent the next part of our script. And again, the visuals include the same character, which is exactly what we are aiming for. Now head back into ChatGPT again and copy the prompt for the third scene. Then return into Whisk, paste the prompt into the prompt section, and generate the images the same way as before. And just like that, we've created another set of images that represent the next part of the script. And, as you can see, they include the same character and strong visuals that match the story. So now that you understand the entire process, make sure to generate all of the images using every single prompt provided. And just to save some time, I've already done that. And as you can see, all of the images include the same character, maintain visual consistency, consistency and represent each part of the script clearly, which is exactly what we want. Now that all of the images are ready, make sure to download one image from each group. And once that's done, you're ready for the next step, where I'll show you how to find background music that perfectly matches the vibe of your video. Now for this step, we will use a free website called Pixabay. Once you are in, open the music menu right here, and then in the search bar, enter any keyword that you prefer. In my case, I'll search for business background tracks. And once we click search, all of the tracks that match that keyword will appear. Simply go through the tracks and find the one that you like the most, and this step is completely up to you. Now, once you've found the track that you like, make sure to download it by clicking on the download button right here, and with that done, you are now finally ready to start with the video editing process. Now to edit the video, we will use an editing tool called CapCut, so go ahead and open it. Once you are in, start by importing everything that you have created so far, which includes the images, the voiceover, and the background music. So now that everything is imported, start by dragging the voiceover into the editing timeline below. Next, in the settings on the right side, make sure to adjust the volume of the voiceover to around +10 so that it stands out a bit more. So now that the voiceover is in place, go through the images above and find the image for the first scene. Then, drag that image into the editing timeline below. From there, go through the voiceover and make sure that you match that image with the appropriate part of the script. Now with that done, select the second image and drag it down right next to the first one. Then, same as before, make sure to time it so that it matches the correct part in the voiceover. This step is super easy, since you just need to add all of your images one by one. Simply start with the first image that you generated and continue the same process until you place the last image. And just to save some time, I have already done that, and as you can see, all of my images match the length of the voiceover perfectly. So now that all of the images are in place, select the first image in the timeline, and then in the settings on the right side, make sure to add a scale keyframe at the beginning of that image. Once that's done, set the editing line near the end of the same image, and then in the settings on the right, make sure to scale the image to 108%, which will automatically add another keyframe. Now with that done, select the second keyframe and place it at the end of the first image, then click Alt+K to open the keyframe editor. Now select the first keyframe and then click on the Auto Adjust button right here. Next, select the second keyframe and auto adjust it in the same way. And once that's done, as you can see, we have just added this cool zoom animation to our first image, and it looks very smooth. Now with that done, let me show you how to smoothly continue the animation into the next image. To start off, select the second image in the timeline, but this time in the settings, make sure to scale it to 108% and then add a scale keyframe at the beginning. Once that's done, set the editing line near the end of the same image, and then in the settings on the right side, scale the image down to 100%, which will automatically add another keyframe. Next, place that keyframe near the end of the image, and then click Alt+K to open the keyframe editor. Now make sure to auto adjust both keyframes in the same way as before, and once that's done, as you can see, we have now created an animation where our first image is slowly zooming in, and our second image is slowly zooming out, which is exactly what we need. So now that you know how the entire process works, make sure to apply the same animation to all of your images. And just to save some time, I have already done that, and now all of my images include the smooth zoom animation, which makes the entire video much more engaging. So now that all of the animations are ready, open the text menu above, then open the auto captions feature and click on the generate button to start the process. And once it's done, as you can see, we have added captions throughout the entire video. But the problem is that the captions look boring and are barely visible, so let's fix that. Now to start off, open the font section in the settings on the right and choose the font that you like the most. In my case, I will use this one right here since I like how it looks. Next, scroll down and enable the stroke feature, which is this one right here, and then set the stroke to around 30% for an optimal look. And with that done, you can see that the captions are now much more visible and look better. Now the last thing you need to do is drag the text slightly lower so it's positioned better. And with that done, your captions should now look a lot cleaner, and you'll be ready to move on to the next step. So now that your captions are fully set, the next thing you need to do is open the media section and drag the background music below the voiceover. Once that's done, make sure to lower the volume of the track to around -20 so that it doesn't overpower the voiceover. Next, trim the background track right where the voiceover ends so that it perfectly matches the length of the video. Finally, in the settings on the right, add a 3-second fade out to the track so that it ends smoothly. So now that everything is set, select all of the assets above the voiceover. Once that's done, right-click on any of them and create a compound clip, which will merge everything into one clean asset. Now that everything is merged together, open the animation menu on the right side and apply the fade-out animation to the compound clip. This will make the video ending smoother and look more professional. And with that done, your video is now fully ready, and you are now ready to export the final version. Now to export the video, click click on the export button right here, which will open the export settings. Here, make sure to copy the exact settings that I'm using, since they are optimized for this type of format. Now, with that done, click on the export button below, and just like that, your video will be saved. So now that the video is ready, let's take a look at how it came out.
Imagine two people who earn the same salary, live in the same city, shop at the same stores, yet one feels constant financial pressure while the other moves with quiet stability. On paper, nothing looks dramatically different. But internally, their experience of money begins to diverge the moment one number appears on a screen: $100,000. For many, that number feels like a finish line, a psychological summit where stress dissolves and options multiply. Yet the true shift is less about lifestyle and more about structure. Crossing into six figures does not suddenly change the cost of groceries or rent, but it alters how fixed expenses behave relative to income. When housing, transportation, insurance, and taxes consume a high percentage of earnings, every unexpected bill feels destabilizing.
Just as expected, the video turned out great, but we're not done yet because one of the most important parts is uploading it the right way, and if you skip proper optimization, even a great video can struggle to perform. So let me show you exactly how to do it correctly. Now to start off, open the YouTube Studio and upload the video that you have just created. Once that's done, head back into the ChatGPT session where you created the video ideas and copy the idea that you have used, which will serve as your video title. Next, go back into the YouTube Studio and paste the title into the title section right here, and that's pretty much it. Now with that done, let me show you how to create a thumbnail that will really stand out. To start off, open the same ChatGPT session that you've been using so far and enter the master prompt that I'm using right here. As you can see, this prompt is structured to generate an optimized thumbnail prompt that you'll use to create your thumbnail. You can find the exact prompt inside my free Telegram channel linked below, so make sure to use it from start to finish. And once you run the prompt, ChatGPT will provide you with a complete thumbnail prompt that is specifically tailored to your video. Now that the prompt is ready, copy it entirely and head over into Whisk. Once you're in, open the menu on the left side and upload your character image into the subject section right here. After the character is uploaded, open the aspect ratio settings and set the ratio to 16:9, since that's the correct thumbnail format. Next, paste the prompt into the prompt section and click on the generate button to start the process. Now this process should be very quick, and once it's done, Whisk will provide you with two thumbnail options created specifically for your video. As you can see, both of them look very solid. Now that the thumbnails are ready, choose the one you like the most and download it. Then head back into the YouTube Studio and upload it into the thumbnail section right here, and that's pretty much it. Now that the thumbnail is in place, the final step is to optimize your video for search. So let me show you how to properly structure the description and tags so your video has the best chance to get discovered. Now for this step, we'll use a tool called vidIQ. Once you're inside, open the AI Coach feature, which is a built-in assistant designed for video optimization, and you can use it for free. Enter the same prompt that I'm using right here. This prompt is designed to generate a fully optimized video description along with a list of optimized video tags, so make sure to use the exact prompt from start to finish. Now before clicking generate, enter your video title into this section right here so it knows what your video is about, and once that's done, click on the generate button to start the process. The generation may take about a minute, and once it's finished, you'll have a fully optimized video description packed with relevant keywords, along with a list of tags tailored to the finance niche, which is exactly what we need. So now that you have created everything, copy the full video description from here, then head back into the YouTube Studio and paste it into the description section right here. After that, scroll down and in the Made for Kids section, set the answer to no. Then scroll down further and in the Altered Content section, also set the answer to no. Next, scroll down until you find the Video Tags section. Then head back into the chat session from before, copy the full list of tags, and then paste them into the tag section right here, and with that done, your video setup is complete. Now if we open the Video Check section, you can see that the video doesn't include any copyrighted material, which means there are no copyright issues detected. Now to publish the video, head over into the Visibility section, set the video to Public, and then click on the Publish button below. And just like that, your video is now live and ready to gain traction. So now that you've seen the entire blueprint for creating videos in this niche, it's time to take action. If you made it all the way to this point, that shows you're serious about leveling up and building something real. Start today, because momentum is what separates the people who grow from the people who stay stuck. And as always, keep pushing, and I'll see you in the next one.
Alright, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, and do not get confused by the website names. SMM Shiba and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select And here you want to select something, basically any option that says you from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here. And this should be already fine. 2014, 2017. Yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm. And now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.